Hey, hey. I'm so excited. It's been a while since I've been on. I've just been, my grandmother had hip surgery. I had to get a wisdom tooth pulled out. Just a lot has been going on. But boy, aren't I glad to speak to you today. I want to talk about validation with you. And if you don't know what validation is, it's when you have to basically kind of like get the approval for someone, basically check that something is correct before you do something. That's what validation is. And validation is okay when you're checking for yourself. But you as a person do not need the validation of someone else in order for you to do what it is that you are passionate about. How is it that someone else is going to tell you what you're trying to do is correct or not? How is that? How is that supposed to go? Because it's not what they are trying to do. It's not what they are dreaming. It's not what they are creating. It's not what they can manifest. This here is all about you. And it's time to take that step back. Look at yourself and say, why do I feel as though I need validation from someone else to do what it is that I am trying to do what it is that God has chosen me to do what it is that I have dreamt about doing, to do what it is that only I can do. Honey, God has already sent validation to you. You just got to trust and believe in that. And mainly, it comes down to, do you trust you? Do you believe in you? Do you feel as though you can carry out that assignment? That's what it really comes down to. Is really not about such and such said I couldn't do it. Mom and dad always put me down, this and that. At the end of the day, yes, that might have happened. But the deep down question is, do I believe in me? Do I feel as though I can do it? Do I feel as though I'm worthy enough to do it? Do I feel as though I, little me, can do that big assignment? Now, this right here might cause you to have to go back in your mind, in your heart, do some soul searching of you, soul searching of you, to go back and really feel how you feel about yourself. And ourselves, that's something that we don't like to deal with. That is something that's a touchy subject. Yeah, we can sit in here and talk about everyone else, but hey, you better not talk about me. Because I'm not ready to answer that. I'm not ready to deal with those problems. I am not yet ready to deal with me. Well, guess what, man? It's time for you to deal with you. And once you get to that place and understand what it is that you believe that you can do. Understand that maybe it is I that's holding me back. Then you will get to where you no longer need validation from anyone to do what it is that you are passionate about. God made you passionate about that thing because it is only able to be manifested by you. God didn't give John, Sarah, Lee, Paul, all these other people that desire, but he gave it to you because only you can carry out that assignment. Only you can push it to the world and give it to them like they've never seen before. I don't care if it's 10 people doing the exact thing with that same product or whatever it is that you are passionate about. That doesn't mean that you are going to be on their line of success. No, you have your own. Yours is different from anyone else's. And that's why he made you. And God made you different from everyone else. So stop thinking that you need your friend's validation, that you need mom's validation, that you need dad's validation, that you need your brother's approval, that you need your sister's push. No, baby. All of that is within you. That push, baby, that's within you. You have a mountain to climb, and no one can put you on the top of that mountain but you. Because guess what? However steep that mountain is or however that slope is, that is only meant for you. So no one else can climb that mountain the way you can because it is your mountain and no one else can tell that mountain, I'm not even going to climb you. I'm going to command you to move out of my way. Can't nobody else speak to your mountain the way that you can. No one can drive. No one has the ability to speak to it like you do. They can't even come anywhere close to the thing that you can do. So why are you wanting their approval? Why do you have to have their validation that what you're trying to do is right, that you are going in the right direction? Because guess what? If you're not going in the right direction, then guess what? You will find out. And guess what you can do? You can turn around and go the right direction. You just learned something. But as long as someone else is validating you and you go in the direction that they tell you to go in, they are the ones that's going to be there to point out, hey, that's wrong. Hey, this, you need to do that. You need to do this. And it's no longer yours. You've just given them your desire. You've just given them your mountain. You've just given them your testimony. But it is only meant for you. They can't tell that story the way that you can. It is time that we figure out what the overall problem is within us. And sometimes you feel like you have to get validation because you want to be accepted. You have to get validation because you want to be loved. You have to get validation because you feel as though you aren't capable of doing these things yourself. You have to get validation because you don't believe in you. You have to get validation because you feel that you are unworthy. You have to get validation because you are hurting and you feel as though you are hurting. You cannot push through. You have to get validation because you have so many wounds that are open. But guess what? If you just stand alone, stand to yourself, get that time that you need, get to know you, talk to God, you will realize that you are stronger than you ever believed that you could be. You will realize that you still have enough power in your hand to push back that bow and arrow and allow it to freely move. You would realize that only you can carry out this assignment. You will realize that although you are in pain, you have the power to push through and that you won't stop and you're not going to stop because you were made more than a conqueror. You would realize that you are meant to be all and some. You will realize that God has already qualified you for that exact thing and he's qualified you. So how can someone of a man say that you are unqualified for something that only you are qualified for? And you, my friend, will realize that this journey, you're going to hurt, you're going to go through pain, it's going to rain, it's going to storm, but that doesn't mean that you stop. Just put on a rain jacket, wear an umbrella, put on those rain boots. If it's storming, go inside the house, but you don't stop. You don't stop. And definitely not for you waiting on someone else to validate what it is that you are trying to do. Because you don't need man's validation for something that only you are qualified for. You can't ask them about something that they're not even in line to speak about. It's beyond them. Their minds can't even process the creativity that it is that you are trying to accomplish. Their mind can't even begin to see, to visualize that very thing that it is you're trying to do. So why are you waiting on validation from them? Well, that's all I had for you today. I hope I have encouraged you, inspired you to keep pushing and to look at certain areas in your life where you have really been passionate or wanting to do something, just anything, small things. It doesn't have to be big, but yet you did not. You got discouraged because you were waiting on validation from someone. Take back that validation. Validate yourself and push like you've never pushed before for you. It is time that you carry out your assignment and validate yourself. Thank you for listening to me. I am Nicole Rogers. You have just been validated for your position. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day and remember to give God some of your time and walk into purpose. I love y'all. Have a great one. Bye.